This is Odum Maths. Today I want us to look at complementary angles and the trigonometry. We are looking at complementary angles and the trigonometry. Okay, now let me ask, what are complementary angles? So complementary angles are angles that sum up to 90 degrees. They are normally two angles. That add up to 90 degrees. So if I can draw this, I can make this illustration here. And if this is the 90 or right angle. So let me say this angle here plus this one add up to 90. And they are complementary angles. Now let's consider this right angle triangle here. Let's try to talk about these angles, theta and alpha. So here, alpha plus theta plus 90 should be equal to 180 degrees. That is sum of interior angles per triangle. Okay. Now we can still continue by saying that alpha plus theta is equal to 180 minus 90 degrees. Okay. Then alpha plus theta becomes 90 because that is 90 from 180. Okay. So the two angles are complementary angles. So it means that when we add the two, we should get 90. So alpha plus theta should give us 90 degrees. Okay. So when we add this 90 to the 90, then we are getting the whole 180 degrees. Okay. Now let's find sine of theta first. Let's start from sine of theta, the trig ratios. So sine theta is equal to A over C, that is opposites over hypotenuse. So this angle faces this side, so opposites, and this is the longest side, hypotenuse. So opposites over hypotenuse. Okay, now cos theta is B over C, that is adjacent over hypotenuse. Then tan theta is A over B, that is opposite over adjacent. Now let's talk about that of alpha. So sine alpha is B over C, that is opposite over hypotenuse, because alpha faces B, or B, the side B is opposite to alpha. Then cos alpha, which is also A over C, so A over C, and then that is adjacent over hypotenuse. Then tan alpha is also B over A, that is opposite over adjacent, B over A. Now let's look at some similarities, or if I should say the links between these two angles. Now sin theta is A over C, cos alpha is A over C, so it means that sin theta is equal to cos alpha, and then sin alpha is also equal to cos theta. Let's put this aside for now. Okay, so we can continue by saying that sin theta is equal to cos alpha. Okay. Then we can also say sin alpha is equal to cos theta. So sin alpha is equal to cos theta. So, but we should bear in mind that these two separate angles should add up to 90. So when you put the cos and the sine somewhere, this angle and this angle are not equal, just that they add up to 90. Please, I am not saying this and this should be equal, but the cos of this angle and the sine of this angle should be equal. But the two separate alpha and theta, the two of them should add up to 90 degrees. Okay, so now let's look at an example. Now let's look at this example. So without using tables or a calculator, find the value of 2 sine 40 over cos 50 plus cos 22 over sine 68. Okay, so we can decide to change everything to sine or change everything to cos. Okay, whichever way we'll get the answer. Now let's look at so 2 sine 40 degrees over cos 50 degrees plus cos 22 degrees over sine 68 degrees. Okay, so we can say that sine 40 is equal to cos. So sine 40 is equal to cos into brackets 90 minus 40. This 40 here. Okay. And this becomes cos. So this is 90 minus 40 is 50. So I am trying to change everything to cos so that we work in cos. Okay. Then let's look at sine 68 here. So sine 68 is also cos into brackets 90 minus 68. So we take this one, we subtract from 90. Okay. And this is going to be 22. So that is cos 22 degrees. Okay. Now we can work in cos. I've just written the question here. So we got sine 40 to be sine 40 to be equal to cos 50. And then also sine 68 is also equal to cos 22. Okay. So now let's substitute. So this is now 2 cos 50 over this cos 50 plus cos 22 over cos 22. Okay, so this is going to be 1. So that is 2 plus, and this is also 1. So the answer is 3. So that is that. Okay, let's take one more example. Now let's look at the second example. If sine x plus 30 is equal to cos 40, find x where x lies between 0 and 90 degrees inclusive. Okay, so sine x plus 30 degrees is equal to cos 40 degrees. Okay, so we can change this one to cos, or we change this one to sine. Okay, now the first one worked in sine and cos, so let's change this one to sine and work in sine. So sine x plus 30 is equal to, so this is going to be sine into brackets 90 minus 40. That is complementary angles. Okay, so sine x plus 30 is equal to sine, this is going to be 50. So sine 50. Now, since sine x plus 30 is equal to sine 50, then we can say x plus 30 is equal to 50 straight away. Okay, then x becomes 50 minus 30. Then x is going to be 20 degrees. Okay, now let's get another example. Now let's look at this final example. Given that sine 5x minus 28 degrees equals cos 3x minus 50 degrees, find the value of x such that 0 degrees less or equal to x less or equal to 90. That is, x lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees inclusive. Okay, so now let's look at how we are going to solve this example. Let me write the question here. Sine 5x minus 28 should equal to cos 3x minus 5 minus 50. Okay, so we can decide to work in sine or in cos. So this time let's write everything in cos. So it means that we change this one to cos rather. So this place becomes cos into brackets 90 minus 5x plus minus 28. That is, when you are changing everything to cos, the sign of this should be cos of that. Okay, or should be the cos of 90, this from 90. Okay, so that is equal to cos 3x minus 50. Okay, so cos, this is going to give me 90 minus 5x plus 28 should be equal to cos 3x minus 50 degrees. Okay, now we can simplify this or add this one and this one. So cos 90 minus a plus 28 minus 5x is equal to cos 3x minus 50. Okay, then from here, this is 118. So cos 118 degrees minus 5x equals cos 3x minus 50. Okay, now since cos this one is equal to cos this one, what we are going to do is just to equate the what's in the bracket. So 118 degrees minus 5x becomes 3x minus 50. Okay, so 118 degrees minus 5x is equal to 3x minus 50. Okay, so I am bringing the x's to this side, those with x to this side. So that is going to give me negative 5x minus 3x equals negative 50 minus 118 degrees. Okay, so this is negative 8 x, and then this is going to give me 168, negative 168 degrees. So I'll divide both sides by negative 8, and then x becomes 21 degrees. Okay, please, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this channel. The name is Odum Maths. Bye.